Residents in southern Tasmania are demanding to know why cloud seeding was conducted over the Derwent River catchment the day before the worst floods in 40 years. Cloud seeding is a technique used to increase rain.
Does the ADEQ have the ability to take a position on this and investigate it further and find out where these toxic metals are coming from that are in our rainwater and in our blood? Thank you.
Is working to make sure we get every drop of rain possible out of this storm.
It shows us cloud seeding is now underway.
With a small pop and a puff of smoke, cloud seeding is done in the hills above Pasadena.
Well, we send up particles from the apparatus behind me that will seed the cloud. It'll go into the cloud, and this particle will be attracting water vapor inside the cloud, creating a drop of water that starts as ice, and as it falls to earth, we get heavier rain.
We've had a lot of cases where we were seeding storms that had no business being seeded. We were just kind of throwing darts, and we were seeing responses in some of those. So we are learning that maybe there's more opportunity with some of these. Maybe we don't even need to have a rain cloud. We could go work cumulocongestus clouds that aren't really precipitating yet. And if
radar-absorbing carbon fiber clouds tested under a variety of at-sea conditions using assets from the U.S. Army, Navy, and Air Force. These man-made clouds are part of a layered defense and are capable of preventing a missile from detecting and striking its target.
China is not leaving things to Mother Nature. The Chinese government is planning to employ upgraded weather control systems in Heilongjiang, Jilin, and Liaoning, the three provinces responsible for 54% of the nation's rice production. The project, which will continue until June, involves creating artificial rain using cloud seeding, special aircraft, rockets, and much more. China has been tinkering with the idea for years, but how controllable can the weather be?
Mr. Fletcher, another question on the, you told the Associated Press that the American government has created weather tampering techniques so that the New World Order will be able to starve millions of Americans and to control the rest. Would you explain what you were trying to say?
Well, what I was trying to say is exactly what I said. There is weather control techniques. We have a complete package on that, which I did not bring, but I certainly will see to it that it is brought in for the record. Number one, the entire patents on the equipment. Number two, Senator Claiborne Pell's complete statement and story of his own that not only does it exist, but that we even utilize it as far back as the Vietnam War. You might want to touch base with Senator Pell.
I just want to repeat before I turn to
question. Yes, but we do have all that information.
You're saying the government has created weather tampering techniques so that the, quote, New World Order will be able to starve millions of Americans.
Worldwide.
Millions of Americans, and to control the rest.
Yes, sir, and that's my belief.
All right, guys, welcome in. I might be throttled down right now. Is the stream working? I can't even get the worldview map to load. I got a lot of... I may have ran out of bandwidth. We'll just have to see if we can get through this. Let me know. I can't tell if it's even streaming. It doesn't look like we've dropped a lot of frames. But the web pages aren't loading at all. 5x5, okay, that's good, man. It's been freaking out all day. I try to get the worldview map to load wherever I got it here. I got it to load on the 23rd, the 24th, not the 25th, and not today. I've tried all my different computers, different browsers. Could be out from the solar activity. We definitely got tons of tornadoes popping off right now. And then it's going to just ramp up through the night. We're going to have deadly nighttime tornadoes, big time wind. Just like we called out a week ago. We've seen the bunker fuel operation come through. The aircraft, they're still doing Hurricane Hunter missions, but the picture won't load, so I don't know where they're at. So we have unassigned missions. I guess I could look up where they're at here in a little bit. Here's some of our power outages right now. Michigan, 201,000 people without power, freezing their butts off. California, around 70,000. Texas, 45,000. New Mexico, 26,000. Oklahoma, 5,300. All these numbers are going to go up. So we'll be watching that. And if you've been watching the shows over the last several nights, we've seen the operation in the Gulf of Mexico out through Florida. We also seen it coming across the Bajas up through Mexico into Texas, and also shooting down through Oregon, Washington, California with the aerosols and the bunker fuel. There's a big bunker fuel operation up around the Aleutian Island chain, and then right here, and look, it blew away that atmospheric river that was pushing in. It blew it all straight down to get this low pressure to start shooting over, and now they're all meeting in the middle. So that's how they, and we knew the bunker fuel operation 2 weeks ago. It takes about 2 weeks, and then they did like a little mini 2-day operation. That's what happened. That's where we're at with the weather. And I can't look at the maps to see that part of the maps. Let's go ahead and run that. We'll take a look at the radars too. It's tornado season 12 months out of the year. Has been for several years now. There's so many particulates in the sky. All the aviation, all the shipping industry has filled the skies with heavy metals, which makes more lightning, which makes storms more intensified, makes the air more toxic. They said they were going to turn the blue skies white, and that's what we're seeing. I have a clip from 43 years ago, maybe 44 now, that tells you exactly what they were going to do, and they're doing it now. Hell, let me play that while I'm trying to get this thing to load here. It's unbelievable. This clip's like 40-something years old.
On clear days, you can often see long white lines being traced high in the sky. They are contrails of jet aircraft, actually long, slender clouds. Weathermen are finding them especially fascinating because a theory is being developed that those long white lines may be changing our weather for the better. Details from Roger O'Neill.
The exhaust from jet engines, usually seen as long, thin trails of white clouds behind high-flying jet airplanes, may be a big reason why there are 30 fewer days of sunshine a year in the Midwest now than there were in 1900. The daily range between high and low temperatures has also narrowed. Weather researchers studying cloud cover in 10 Midwestern states found a sharp increase in cloudiness with the increase in commercial jet travel. Particularly in the main east-west jet corridor, there were even more clouds. A jet produces a contrail, or cloud, because its exhaust consists primarily of water vapor.
In the absence of natural clouds, given the correct atmospheric conditions, jet aircraft in high frequency can almost completely cover the atmosphere.
They do cover the atmosphere.
With clouds.
Simonin says unlike most changes in the atmosphere caused by man, this one is beneficial. Clouds help farmers in the Midwest by blocking the sun. Temperature extremes can damage plants and speed up the evaporation of...
How many farmers do you know that want the sun blocked? Maybe Bill Gates.
Soil moisture. In the winter, city people benefit because clouds act as a blanket, preventing warm air from escaping into the...
They just told you, in the wintertime, the fake clouds act as a blanket, trapping the heat in.
atmosphere.
No one is trying to make clouds now using jet engines, but this study suggests that jet travel is inadvertently making our days more cloudy. And someday, weather researchers may be able to use jets on purpose to change our weather. Roger O'Neill, NBC News, Champaign, Illinois.
So there you go. That's from 40-some-odd years ago, and I got an article that just come out where the mainstream media is actually even talking about it. I can't play the video. I'll post this link in the chat here, the live chat. Inside weather modification. This just come out on the 22nd. And they talk about, and they even show, let me, as long as the audio don't come on now, it's going to load an ad. Figures. See if I can get this bigger. I'm just going to kind of try to scale through here to show you the optics on it. Chief Meteorologist Dr. Josh. Is he a doctor or is he a meteorologist? Is he a weather doctor? See, like, nothing's loading, man. I can't get nothing to load here. This is ridiculous. Like, I don't know if I'm being... if they throttle me down because it's towards the end of the month. Or if it's just like I've cleared the cache, I've done all that, rebooted. It could be the weather. I'm on the satellite. The fog's pretty thick. Weather modification has been going on since the late 1800s. Man, I can't get it to play. Anyway, here, I'll post a link in the chat. That's about the best I can do. You can watch it. Go ahead and get out of that. I'm not even going to try to do any of these articles. I don't have very many anyway. We'll do them tomorrow night or once this weather's come by. Here, let me see if I can see where these Hurricane Hunter planes are. If it'll load. We may have to just jump right in, try to do the 16-day forecast. See, where are they today? Yesterday, they were out off the Aleutian Island chain, out off the coast of British Columbia. Man, it looks like they're in the middle of nowhere. Looks like I can't even find any landmass. Anyway, hopefully everybody's doing this. Will be the last 16-day forecast of February. So they're right here back out off the coast of Northern California, Oregon. Pretty much same place they were yesterday. They also had another unassigned mission, 3687 North. Yeah, by 120, so that's pretty far away from 42 North. So it's a completely different area. Can't look at that map. You notice our rain torches completely got pushed out from all the stuff I just showed you earlier. Hey, thanks out there, Tap. It's nice having Super Chat back. Let's go ahead and go. Let me look at this again. So what I want everybody to look at is see all the radars that are bloomed up. Normally when these things are bloomed up, if a storm's coming in, they turn these things up. It slows the storms down. If they want the storm to come through, they turn the radars off. See how they're turned everything up to the southeast. They're pushing the storm up to the north. Every radar is turned off. They're way down low, except for just a couple right here to funnel that moisture right up through here. And all these radars are turned off, letting the flow of the storms go up. This is part of the steering mechanism. Most of these NEXRADs have been upgraded to omnidirectional phased array antennas, just like the HARP facility. And you can see if they want the storm to go faster, after the storms go by, they'll turn the radars back up, and that'll storm even faster. We've been documenting this for over a decade now, watching how they do this. And of course, you have all the heavy metal particulates, could have nano particulates steerable. And we already know all the companies can steer the atmospheric rivers and the rain corridors with a simple next rad. I'm on Rumble right now. We're streaming on Rumble right now. I can give you the link for Rumble. I've got like 3 channels over there. Here's our Rumble. Let me post it into the live chat here. Here's on Rumble. So there you go. That's part of that. Was let me go see what kind of warnings we got. If get it to load, we'll take a look at the target zones for the next 16 days. There's a right in the middle of Missouri. It looks like it's more north of the New Madrid zone. This 2-week forecast, so it's shifted up north. Most of this moisture is probably going to be from this storm right here. Also, the mountains of California is going to get waxed. Northern California, right where the Hurricane Hunter plane is. Looks about like the only state that's not going to get a bunch of heavy rains, Florida. Everybody else is going to get it on the moisture in the next 2 weeks. Get a drink here. Let's go ahead and jump into this, and then if we still are working okay, we'll do some other stuff. So we'll go up 6 hours at a time. We'll talk about whatever storms we need to talk about. Then during the week, we'll watch for the aerosol programs, the bunker fuel ship programs, the ground-based cloud seeding programs. And then we'll make adjustments if we need to. Rarely had to make any adjustments except for something like this. I mean, we knew the storm was coming because we've seen the energy being tossed around. We also seen the atmosphere, or the polar vortex being crushed, heated. You can go to weathermodificationhistory.com and find newspaper articles that date all the way back to the late 1800s. And they've microfilmed tons of articles over the decades of weather modification. So here we go. We're going to go up 6 hours at a time. We got the storm popping off right now. Wind everywhere. We get mega wind. This is like a Category 2 hurricane going across the Midwest right now. So we can see all the super heavy rain, straight line winds. And it's going to go into the night. This is where it's going to get pretty bad through the nighttime. These are going to be hitting through Missouri between 12 and 3 o'clock in the morning, especially my area. So this thing's, mega winds. Some winds are over 100 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour. They got some crazy wind speeds on this storm. We can see it's already going to be starting. This is still on Monday. We're going into Monday here. It's a fast-moving storm, so it's hauling butt. Looks like you're getting a bunch of heavy snow in Northern California Monday. So we got 2 big systems going. The West Coast and then this monster system. Power outages are going to be going into effect Monday night into Tuesday for the northern parts of the United States. And that thing's going to finally kick off around late Tuesday. California is still going to be getting hammered everywhere from about Iowa up. Then the warm air should stay pretty much mid-United States. More snow for California going into Wednesday. Snow for the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin. A lot lighter than what you'll get from this storm coming now. And more rain for the New Madrid zone. And then we got more flooding rains coming up on Thursday for Tennessee, Kentucky. And it's just going to kind of shoot straight across Tennessee. And then more snow for Arizona, New Mexico. Mega wind coming down through Montana, Wyoming, Idaho. Heavy snow for British Columbia on Thursday. Then another storm pops up over Arkansas. The big time winds are just going to keep on coming down. We got winds going all. And look at that. Go to Arkansas. Be a big Thursday evening. A mega rain bomb here and some flooding event. Oh, it's showing. I don't know if I believe that. It's going to be too warm for that kind of amount of snow. We're talking showing about 6 inches. I don't believe that for a bit. I think it's going to be more of a big old rain bomb. Starting to drop some frames. Hopefully it'll clear out. Then here comes the ice. More power outages coming in on Saturday, March 4th for New York, all the places up here, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, all the Connecticut, all that place up there, heavy snow, possible. Had to look at the temperature maps. So this is a monster, 2 monster storms in a row. Then the cold air is definitely jetting down around March 4th. It's going to kind of continue for a couple days here, going into March 5th, a little break for everybody. Light rain, light snow for California on the 5th. We got another little low pressure out there. Finally, the cold air starts to retreat up a little bit late in the 5th. What's weird, that little low pressure isn't bringing in a whole lot. From up all the way up into the coast, they need a break up there. So it looks like March 7th, Tuesday, light stuff going on north. California's still getting hit with light rain and snow. Tuesday, March 7th. System's kind of just slowly going up. So it looks like not too bad severe till it gets up into Canada. You're getting a little heavier snow. Trying to get up into the March 9th here. So you're just going to keep on getting hit wave after wave of these storms for Northern California and over the Midwest, right over Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, Oklahoma, until they do another bunker fuel operation to change the pattern. Here we are on March 9th. Same thing. Starting, all the storms are firing up in the exact same spots. Right over Arkansas. A little bit down here in Texas. More rain bombs for March 10th. You notice that low pressure's kicked way down again. The same setup that we have right now. Push that low pressure way down. The energy coming up from the south. This is going to create another event just like we're having right now. Right over Arkansas. More rain bombs. We're going to have mega flooding going on over the next 2 weeks. For this whole area, Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky. And they just keep firing up right there. March 11th. So it looks like it's going to be another pretty rainy next 2 weeks for certain areas. Look at that snow, heavy snow way down in Mexico on the 11th. Snow for Washington, Oregon, light snow. And then wham, the next rain bomb starts out 2 weeks from now in over Oklahoma. This is pretty much the same setup we're looking at now. And Sunday, March 12th. I mean, we're looking at a lot of moisture coming up here in these same areas. Same setup, man. This is exactly like the storm that you're in like every Sunday. Big time. We're not even in springtime yet. I'm trying to find... I can't sleep or whatever it is. That sucks. I hate this clocked stuff. All right, let's go check some other areas with their total accumulation. Yeah, I think I'm being throttled down because something's definitely wrong with my stuff, and it's loading way too slow. It's the end of the month. I probably uploaded too many videos, and they probably turned my bandwidth down. Hopefully they'll let me get through this broadcast. Let's go ahead and check some other regions here. Where's Europe? Let's go check Europe. They've been getting hit with the beast from the east storms, which is our leftover storms. Now I may be able to, well, if I got the bandwidth, I could upload this video over to Brighton or BitChute or Gab or somewhere. That's weird. You got this one weird little heavy area there. Looks like Norway is going to get hit pretty good. The UK is getting hit pretty good. Ireland. Looks like Iceland's getting a little break. I think it's around Austria or something. Let's go ahead and check Australia. They've been getting a lot of tornadoes down in New Zealand lately. Now they're starting to pop the fires off down here in Australia. Looks like Tasmania is going to get on some moisture, just light moisture all the way around, nothing really to speak of. They're going to be sparking all the fires off down here. Let's go check New Zealand. Over in the South Pacific. Yeah, if we can do it, we'll try to check the solar activity. So see, it's back to its normal pattern. The South Island on the west side starting to get hit. They had that freak storm that hit the backside of New Zealand. Let's go check East Asia. I'm going to go try to set my GoPro up looking out the window upstairs in the observatory and see if it picks up the storm that's going to be coming in. I really can't face the way I want to because there's too many trees, but I'll face it out over the lake. That's a weird little rain torch coming out there. The northwest side of Japan still getting hit pretty good. Hardly anything for China. It doesn't look like their weather modification's working. Let's look at Southeast Canada. I didn't even notice that one. Just kind of looking here. All right, I think we're good with that. Go ahead and I want to look at the temperature map. Just see what kind of temperatures we got. So let me just kind of back that up. Yeah, we're definitely getting throttled down or something, man. Being this late in the month, I'm probably out of bandwidth. I wouldn't doubt it anyway. We've dropped about 10,000 frames. I can't see chat no more. And I don't even know if this is going to load. So here's all our watches and warnings. Man, look at all them tornadoes. Garfield, Oklahoma. Grant, Oklahoma. Radar indicated 3/4 inch hail. It's not giving us any wind speeds. Cleveland, Oklahoma. Radar indicated 1 inch hail. No wind speeds given. Canadian, Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Observed. No wind details. Harper, Kansas. Sumner, Kansas. 70-mile-an-hour winds. 3/4 inch hail. Wonder why they're not giving us wind speeds. The highest wind speeds I'm seeing around 70 right now. We had a Grant, Oklahoma tornado, radar indicated. Let's go check that radar. Oh, yeah. Man, I don't even know if I get this stuff to load, guys. Let me just look at the space weather real quick. Try to see if I can get it to start loading. There was one tornado on the ground, but that was way earlier. And I can't get it to... So right now we got tornado warnings everywhere, all across Oklahoma. We're waiting on that to load. Whoa, wind speeds are up. That's why I'm feeling all funky right now. Solar winds 625. Remember this one, we're getting hit with this G2 class storm. So we got a G2 class geomagnetic storm. A second one still coming in, will impact later today and tomorrow. Category 3 strong, possible mid-latitude auroras. Crazy stuff right here. Another chain reaction explosion on the sun. It sparked a solar flare, 2 radio blackouts, Earth-directed CME, a magnetic filament connected to the sunspot, producing an M6 class solar flare, shortwave radio blackout over the Pacific Ocean. So we're definitely getting blasted by the sun. Look at that hit, man. Just one of these direct hits on us is going to take us down. Carrington event. And then we won't have to worry about all this technology anymore. Jeez, look at that aurora arrival. Double auroras. So yeah, the sun is even pissed. Definitely a battle between the good and the evil. We're in it. The signs are all around us. Sun's lit up with sunspots, earth facing. Crazy looking sky, rare red auroras. I don't think I've ever seen one this bad. Airplanes flying over these regions may find their shortwave radios won't work due to the ionizing effect of the infalling protons. Could persist for days. This could stop air traffic. And that's why we always say eyes the sky. That's where you'll find everything up there. All right, I'm not seeing any brutal cold air. So I'm just going to get out. I'm trying to shut some of these down. And let me put that on there. It's kind of hard to work with when the internet's not working right. I can look at the worldview map. That's all I can do what I can. If my internet's throttled down, I probably won't be able to stream for a couple nights till the 1st. Or I might be able to try to stream early in the morning, see if they don't slow it down after midnight. We just got our storm shelter finished 2 weeks ago. So we finally got a storm shelter to get into. We bought that thing like 4 years ago and finally had it delivered. The first one I built myself was way down the hill. We had to try to get in my old beat up truck and baseball size hell and 80-mile-an-hour winds trying to get down to it. It was all muddy. We got drenched, blasted by hell. So this time we built it. We had the hole dug right next to the house, and then I built face the house, and then I built a building around it. So we walk right from the house down into the storm shelter. It's in its own little house. I'll get some pictures of it, put it up on where you can see how we did it this time. Man, this stuff's taking forever to load. Then I wired some lights in there, but then I also put a solar powered light in there, so when the power goes out, we'll still have some light from solar. I'm still working on it. I haven't got it all. I just got the skin and building around. I haven't insulated or none of that stuff. Insulation's ridiculous. Just kind of scabbed it together like I have the whole house. Probably about 80% of my house is used material that I've kept over the decades. So here we go. Let's just see if I can see any of the rotation. Whoa, look at that weird beam shooting out of the radar. Oh yeah, we got a big hell core spin up down there. It's running really fast. I need to slow it down a little bit. Let me just stop that. So you definitely got a hell core. So you got at least two. Looks like at least two spin ups right there. Just taking this through. We'll check, see if there's any kind of debris. Look at that. Look at these beams, man. Look at this beam shooting out. It looks like some Tesla technology. Look at that. It's like a laser shooting out. Look at that. They're shooting out. The radar's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be a solid beam spinning in a circle. Scanning. So right here we got a big hell core. Yep, there's a spinning up coma. And then we also have one to the south. Big one down to the south. One right here. And look at that beam shoots all the way through right at this storm right here, right where the big spin up is. That's definitely a tornado right there. That's a pretty good size one. And they all miss the next rad. Look at things spawning out. Let me see if I can see any kind of... Here, first let's put on the base velocity. That'll show us the wind directions. And we'll have to hurry and wait again. Yeah, it won't be long. That thing's getting pretty close. I'm going to have to go set my camera up here pretty quick because the storm's getting pretty close. The radars, they can steer the atmospheric rivers. They can steer these storms with the NextRads. There's several companies that do it overseas. You can look up weathergenerator.net, Miles Research Company out of Australia, United Arab Emirates, a Climate, Cron. There's all kinds of companies that can steer the atmospheric rivers using cloud ionizations, electromagnetics, basically NextRads. Wind farms affect the weather. There's cloud seeding, ground-based operations all over the place. They're everywhere. They've been doing this for decades and decades. We haven't had natural weather in 60, 70 years. Well, we're just waiting on it to load. Can't believe I can't get the world view map to load. Let's put this on the microphysics. And we can see some of the aerosols. Now, there's different kinds of cloud seeding. You got the actual cloud seeders, which I showed you that clip in the beginning. That's guys out of Texas from the Texas Driver's License Bureau. You can look up an article called Harvesting the Texas Skies 2021 or 2022. And they talk all about the cloud seeding operations they do. They have committee meetings at the Texas Driver's License Bureau every year, twice a year, talking about all the cloud seeding operations they do. I document them, watch them. It's out there if you got to do your own searching. We'll let that try to load. There we go. See if I can get this to play now. We already got the pulse ring. So I'm looking at the wind speeds, the wind directions here. And you also kind of watching see they're pulsing the radar out around 100 nautical miles. We've seen them blast them out farther, but that's all the farther I can see now. Yeah, there's the tornado right there. 2 tornadoes. I'm trying to find the one up to the north. Definitely a tornado. A couple of them down to the south here. That thing went across about 2 or 3 counties, it looks like. Let me see if there was any kind of a debris ball if we can get it to load. Let me take the watch and warnings off this so we can see it better. Yeah, we got aerosols still being deployed to the north side. It's almost like they got all kinds of aerosols to the south still. Look at how that's registering so high, it's almost off the mark, just like over here in California. Let me go ahead and load up that. Back to work tomorrow. That sucks. Yeah, I've already refreshed. It's not that. I think I'm being throttled down. I think I've used all my bandwidth up. At least that's what happened last time. It's been a couple months since it's happened. but I uploaded a couple of them moon videos. Just one moon video is like 16 gigabytes. That's why I don't really upload them raw videos too much, but I try to want you guys to see the actual detail. Look at that. That's unnatural beams coming out of that radar. Shooting straight down. It's hard to see little flashes. Look at that, right where the tornado is. Beam in action. Yep, little debris ball maybe with that. Them two. A lot of junk in the air. See, I was really hoping to look at the worldview map to see. You notice they blew that apart right over the next rad. None of the heavy part of the storm hit the next rad. It went right around it. The block. Hey, thanks out there, TJ. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. This internet's not working real right, and I'm going to go set up to try to film the storm coming in. It's going to be here pretty quick, so I think I'm going to do that. Hopefully we got enough bandwidth to go either in the morning or tomorrow night. Heads up, if you're in the path of these storms, you're going to stay up late. Make sure you got flashlights. If you're in the path of these storms up through Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, everywhere, man. This whole system's going to be one to watch tonight. It's going to be through the night, so it's going to make it tough. Anyway, just be ready. Eyes to the sky. Much love out there, and we will catch you as soon as we can. Thanks everybody out there that helps us. Oh, thanks big time out there for the... I went to the PO the other day. I don't have the thing up here, but thanks. That was a huge help. You know who you are. I just don't have the... I didn't want to say your name without getting permission. Anyway, thanks out there. Much love. Here we go. Eyes to the sky. I'm not even going to do an outro. Anyway, guys, armor on, man. We're in a battle. Good versus evil. Normal versus crazy. The vision worst. You know, they're trying to divide everything. Divide everybody. They don't want nobody coming together. We got to do the exact opposite. Anyway, armor on. Much